Traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about AMC. Now I need to do a really quick update on what's going on. A lot of people have been seeing the stock absolutely get slaughtered when it comes to the market as well. They're moving hand in hand, tiptoeing through the tulips, and let me tell you something, we're crying as we speak. But it's okay because the market's still been pretty good to us. We've been heavy into oil, so we're getting some sort of a bounce back when it comes to the portfolio. However, it doesn't make this loss on AMC all the more bitter. Let me tell you something right now. I have lost about 2,200.
Rates are on the rise right now.
Could you please stop being such a...
When it comes to AMC calls, I want that to be straight out in the open. But then I'm going to have my people saying, Tyler, that's why you own shares. Well, no, Timmy, that's not why I own shares. Because we've already won multiple times on this run up. This was, if you will, the last kumbaya, my lord, going back to the upside, because we're degenerates here. We keep playing longs. We don't count our blessings. We make our blessings. So let's get right into the content. Let's not waste any more time. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Let's get to it. All right, so if you're new to the channel, I just want to welcome you in here, and I hope you get a good laugh, and I hope you get some knowledge from the channel as well. So let's dig right in. So today was basically all the bad news you could ever want summed into one day. Now, if you're interested, AMC, because it thinks that I'm talking about the network, The Walking Dead, Spy City looks terrible, and Discovery of Witches. Man, talk about 3 TV shows I never want to watch. So let's get to the real content. So when we woke up today, we were like, well, today's going to be the day, the shareholder meetings. Maybe we'll get some good news. Well, AMC said, no. We have zero consistency as a company, and we're going to push the day back on us. So that was the first slap to the face or right hand hook for Mike Tyson. And then we're going to go over to the next level of news. This was, the real icing on the cake as well. So we're really big fans over at iBorrowDesk, and we're seeing those fees continue to drop and the shares continue to just come out of the woodworks. Going on to the next, we're going to go over to the Treasury Secretary Yellen. I did say it was the day of bad news, and the stock market is absolutely getting torched. So Treasury Secretary Yellen, this is basically Jerome Powell's arch nemesis. Jerome Powell comes in every day saying, guys, the market's going to continue. We're going to rebound. Interest rates, they're that way. They're never coming. But guess what? Yellen comes out of the red corner, coming after the champ out of the blue corner, wearing black and gold. And she says, look, we're going to have to probably start increasing rates to keep the economy from overheating. A very realistic point of view, kind of like the channel. But guess what? Everyone hates the channel, so it's okay. But Yellen, just keep your mouth shut. The market's already dumping down. What are you doing, lady? And then she kind of finishes up with some hawkish statements saying that the market looks really good and that she doesn't see these happening for some time. But it's not before she says we're probably going to start raising rates. I mean, what are you doing? We have getting different opinions across the board from Powell, Yellen, and the rest of the Fed group. This is absolutely absurd. Chances are we don't see rates increase until the end of the year, at least until the end of the year, I would think. Maybe December, and then pushing over into 2022. That's the most probable time. And let me tell you something, you need to strap in, have your underwear probably double laced so because you're going to be pissing your pants when this starts to happen, because the stocks will in fact start to go down.
What?
So yeah, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but back to AMC, because this has all just been a wind and turmoil for the stock today. And I'm not going to lie, trying to stay hopeful, but this is what you came here for. You came here for the mastermind when it comes to technical analysis. Now, a lot of the haters in the channel started to say TA doesn't matter, price action isn't real, it doesn't matter at all, AMC is going to do what it wants, it's manipulated, it's this, it's that. Yeah, whatever. You can get off the channel if you want. So let's look at a few things. There's some really big things I want to look at. This is the 4-hour chart, one of the most respected charts on the longer time frame, and that's where I want to keep our focus today. So one thing that we're looking at is the OBV. This represents the actual buyers, and the OBV has been a very strong indicator for some time now. This was when we had that push up to $20, and since then, retail has been consuming and buying this stock like it's the last pack of nacho cheese Doritos down at your local 7-Eleven. And let me tell you something, we like nacho cheese Doritos, it turns out. So we're getting the triple touch on this line, and it looks like we're going to touch that line once again. Now, this is what I would like to continue for this bullish trend, because this is looking like it's make or break just in the short term for a little while, right? So we're getting this touch, and it's very similar, right, to the same chart. We're making higher lows. That's a higher low, higher low, higher low. We're making lower highs as well, pinching down. This is worth mentioning. We're at the bottom of this area here. I want to say right now, because I know people will be like, Tyler, you sound like a bear. If we're talking about buying opportunities, this is actually a buying opportunity. As much as I hate to shield the memes, I hate to shield that bumpers, but I don't think this is a pumping up by any means. I'm going to actually talk about AMZN here in a sec as well, but this is actually a really good opportunity. You're buying at the bottom of this support. Worst case scenario, we start dumping below it. You can get right back out if you really want to. If you're feeling like paper hands Wilson over here, you can get out of the stock if you really wanted to, because I mean, you're at the support. So if you start to break support, then just exit after you break the support. I mean, the risk is pretty low. I don't think we plummet 30% instantaneously either. So you have an opportunity to get out if this turns bad. But let's talk about Tyler's terminology and what's going on up here in the noggin. Okay, so this video is obviously a little bit different than most of my other videos on AMC. I'm not covering too heavy in the charts, not really too much news. I just kind of want to give you guys where I'm at. People are going to ask, Tyler, are you rolling your options out? I'm probably just going to let these ones crash and absolutely burn unless we start getting a pretty major uptick. However, I will be looking for further out options in the near-term future. I just don't know where I want to buy those yet, so I can't really voice my opinion on that now. So it's worth noting, as of right now, I'm 2,200 in the hole on options on AMC. Now, people are like, yes, finally, Tyler lost money on options. I know, finally, right? I keep making money on options. Eventually, you got to lose. But I want to talk about something I talked about on the live stream last night. I had the Masked Investor on. We talked a little bit about AMC. And there's a lot of theories that Tyler is the major bear on AMC, or he day trades it, or he's this, or he's that. If you don't know anything about options, I recommend not discussing options because you turn out to really show your intelligence level, and then it hurts your image. Now, if you don't care about your image, then I guess that's cool, but then everyone just thinks you're dumb and they don't want to listen to anything you say either way. So I still recommend, if you don't know anything about it, don't talk about it. That's just my kind of lingo. So when we get into AMC, this is the fundamental viewpoint. And now people are like, Tyler, there is literally no fundamental viewpoint behind AMC. I would actually tend to agree with that statement, but we need to look at something else. What AMZN did, now there's been a lot of talk of AMZN duping the hedge funds, this, that, all that stuff. I'm just going to tell you my viewpoint on what AMZN has done. I do not believe he can get rid of those 43 million shares anytime soon right now. Now, if we start to move up to $50, $100, I think he exit those pretty quick. Now, people want to say, Tyler, we're going to 100K. Okay, whatever. You think that? Cool. AMZN's not betting the future of AMC on a $1,000 push or a 100K push. He has to play his cards very smart. So I believe once we start hitting those key levels, just doing math on how much those 500 million shares would have been worth and how much money they could potentially wipe away debt with those 43 million shares that are prepared to be sold right now. As we start getting that push, I believe he starts getting rid of some of those stocks. I would believe on the fast side, because I believe once he starts selling, it's going to cause some pretty bad thesis on the market of AMC specifically, and then we're seeing the market retrace right now with AMC following it as well. So this also leads people to believe if the Nasdaq and the economy goes into a recession, that AMC will in fact follow. Now, this could not be true, but this is just the thesis that we're kind of seeing come out from other people as well. Now, people are like, well, those people are bears. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just what's happening right now. We can only follow the factual stuff that's happening right now. So that's why I'm just talking about that. But I do believe AMC is queued for a major breakout. Despite that chart, I don't think we're going to break below $9. If we do, it would be pretty bad. But I still see a major run coming for AMC. And you've known me on my channel to not just make stuff up or hype stuff up. But that move that AMZN did with that 43 million and the getting rid of the 500 million and then moving back to shareholder vote coming up, I believe this was all for a purpose. I think he actually did one of the smartest decisions ever. He's playing 3D chess, and the hedgies were somehow playing checkers. Congratulations, you outsmarted them. We're idiots. But I do expect a very strong move based on everything surrounding AMC. It's looking absolutely crazy. The manipulation's rising through the roof. I don't want to address those specific things that I believe. I'll discuss those on the live stream because they're pretty much all hearsay. They're not factual. I don't have the complete evidence, but it looks like there's just mass amounts of confusion. and just false information being displayed all over the place when it comes to AMC. So that's my thoughts on AMC. If you have any questions, comment down below, like, subscribe, do what you got to do. And then for the few people out there that want to unsubscribe, you can leave as well. But I still love you. Have a good one, traders. Namaste.